OZVID presents 10 harsh realities of natural disaster that impact on human life and environment.
Number 10.
The Vargas Tragedy in 1999. The Vargas Tragedy was the most dangerous disaster in history. Over 70% population of the state of Vargas were affected by this disaster that occurred on 15 December 1999. Over 10,000 people were lost their lives and more thousand people were homeless. Moreover, electricity, phone lines and land transportation completely destroyed. And also there were no supplies of food and water for months.
Number 9.
The Haiti earthquake in 2010. The Haiti earthquake of magnitude 7 in Richter scale was the most devastating large-scale earthquake that occurred 25 km southwest of Haitian capital at 4:53 p.m. local time on 12 January 2010. More than 3 million people lost their lives and more thousand were displaced.
Number 8.
The Volar Cyclone in 1970. The Volar Cyclone was the most dangerous tropical cyclone in world history that surged over the Bangladesh and West Bengal of India on 12 November 1970s. This cyclone executed over the central Bay of Bengal and traveled to the north with wind speed of 185 km per hour that affects many of offshore Iceland, watchtower villages and destroy harvest. Moreover, 3 to 5 million people lost their lives.
Number 7.
The European heat wave in 2003. The European heat wave was the most hottest summer on record across the Europe in 2003. Consequence of the heat wave in several countries of southern Europe had to start health crisis that also raised concern over global warming. More than 70,000 people died due to high temperature.
Number 6.
The Messina Earthquake in 1908. The Messina Earthquake and Tsunami was the most deadliest earthquake in history that occurred at about 5:20 am local time on 28 December 1908 in southern Italy. Messina, Reggio di Calabria and dozens of nearby coastal towns were completely destroyed and 75,000 to 2 million people lost their lives by this devastating earthquake and tsunami.
Number 5.
The Armero Tragedy in 1985. The Armero Tragedy was the second most deadliest volcanic eruption of the 20th century that occurred on 13 November 1985 due to volcanic eruption and lahars flows down from the volcano at the speed of 50 km per hour that located in the Andes mountain of South America in the town of Armero. More than 20,000 people died by this volcanic eruption.
Number 4.
The Bangladesh Cyclone in 1991. The Bangladesh cyclone was the most deadliest tropical cyclone of 20th century that formed 24th April and surged on 30 April 1991. This is also known as hurricane-type storms with wind speed was around 250 km per hour that hits to the Chittagong district of southeastern Bangladesh and 138,000 people died and other 10 million people were homeless by this devastating cyclone.
Number 3.
The Duncton Earthquake in 1976. The Duncton Earthquake occurred on July 27, 1976 due to Amurian plate sliding and it is the most deadliest earthquake in world history. Chinese government said more than 655,000 people were dead and other 164,000 people were recorded as various injuries. The earthquake was hit in the early morning and held out for 15 to 16 seconds. This earthquake's magnitude was as high as 8 on the Richter scale.
Number 2.
China floods in 1931. China floods is one of the most deadliest floods of 20th century. The devastating floods that hit central China in 1931 and washed away 2 million people and other 50,000 people who survived at the initial wall of water, they died in typhus and cholera. China got huge losses, their trade and farming industry also weakened socially and economically. It is also known as 1931 Yellow River floods.
Number 1.
The Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami in 2004. The Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami was the third largest earthquake in world history that occurred due to the subduction of Burma plate below the Indian plate. The tsunami hits just before 1 am GMT on 26 December 2004. Water level of waves reaches up to 100 feet high and 14 countries were affected by this dangerous disaster. Over to 30,000 people were dead and more thousand people were missing. This devastating tsunami, also known as the Boxing Day tsunami.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and share.